is about the after burnout and how you see things differently. I know I've talked to y'all on probably numerous videos, probably about 10 videos before this, probably the last several, about me having a session of burnout. I guess I just call it a session or a season of burnout back last fall 2025. And of course, I'm just now trying to come out of it, that kind of thing, and moving forward and that kind of thing as well, in therapy, all that kind of stuff as well. And it's and like I said, I know I'm not the only person who've experienced burnout or emotional exhaustion or anything along those lines, but you start to see things differently once you do start gaining your footing back. And like I said, that's what this video is more about today. Because I know that, like I said, there's many who I'm sure who have experienced a similar kind of thing, but I just know that, or I see now, I put it that way, that you see things differently when you come out of that, seeing things differently in the way that you work, in the way that you move, in the way that you, of course, relate to your family and friends and kids and whoever else, partner, whoever else it is. You see things differently. And the reason why that I know is because you're not seeing things through a lens of exhaustion. You're not seeing things through a lens of burnout. You're not seeing things through a lens of a slight depression or more anxiety or whichever the case may be. And you're seeing things, like I said, on a more calmer level. And like I said, I know that many have been through this. I'm sure many other ladies out there as well. I'm sure men too. I'm pretty sure that too. Because like I said, I know we all reach a certain age where things are just not or haven't gone the way that we have projected our lives to go, or the way that we're moving in the arenas that we're moving in. Things have just not worked out, I guess I put it that way, to our best ability. And it's not everything, it's just something. It's not every single thing. I know this week, actually, because I know I haven't done a live with y'all probably in about a month, it seems like. I don't know, probably a few weeks. And this past week, I've just been a little bit more down. I can't say I don't have depression or that type of thing, or diagnosed with depression or that type of thing at all. I have ADHD and post PTSD, and it's just like, okay, just upset which I know I've been upset at these things before. And I know we hear about, of course, you're working full time, or you're trying to raise kids, or you're supposed to get a house, or all these types of things that you're told when you're growing up. And when you grow up to actually start doing these things, it doesn't make any sense. At least for me, it didn't. Well, it still doesn't, but some of it doesn't make any sense. If you want to get a house, get a house. There's no need for you to have one if you have an apartment. It's the same exact thing. You're still paying somebody something. I put it that way. Because I know I've heard online, I'm sure some of y'all may have heard online as well, that get a house, get a house. If you're renting from somebody, you're just paying, I forgot how it went. You're just paying them money and all, something. I forgot how it went. Whatever it was, my thing is, do what the hell you want to do. Everybody doesn't have to have a house, or have to have this, or have to have that, or have to have the best of everything. You don't have to have those things at all. That's not going to make a life for you. And like I said, I was just so upset and just so down this week, and I'm just sitting up here like, what is going on with me? So like I said, I definitely want to get on here and talk to y'all about it too, because I know I'm not the only one who is going through things like this. You're just upset about different things. Yes, I'm coming out of burnout. Yes, I'm coming out of the exhaustion, that kind of thing. But you just see life differently. And you see all the things that people told you that was the right way to do things, and how you were groomed growing up as far as going to school and get the job and all those types of things. And now you see that's not the case. It's not the case for everybody. I can't say it's not the case. It's just not the case for me. Yes, I do work a full-time job, that type of thing. I'm not saying don't work. I'm not saying that. But you just see that the things that people told you to do does not create the life that you want most times. That's the life that they created for themselves. And like I said, I was just going through that, and then just feeling down, I guess I put it that way. Because it just seems like I'm like, okay, I'm not comparing myself to nobody else or that type of thing, but I'm like, okay, I see all these people doing these things and blah, blah. I'm like, okay, why am I doing these things yet? What am I missing or not doing in my own life to create this environment to actually be able to do these things? And like I said, that's what I've been grappling with and trying to work on this past several weeks, I guess I put it that way. Just trying to figure out where I'm, like I said, not comparing myself, but where am I lacking? Because I have goals that I want to complete as well. And by me just keep doing the same thing I'm doing in survival mode, just keep working, keep going, work and go home. I guess working, well, go to work, come home, go to bed. It's just that's not cutting it at all. Nothing's changing in my life because it's not. I'm not forcing the change to happen in my life with certain things. I put it that way. And what I know is that people will tell you all these types of things. Oh, just go to school and go to work. You'll be just fine. No, you won't. Well, for me, I won't. I'm not. Some people are just fine with that. Some people aren't. But like I said, definitely, I know I have goals and stuff that I want to complete. And like I said, I know we all have our families, we all have our friends, we all have whatever we grew up with. And of course, some of those people have not lived life to enough to, they can tell you, give you advice all day long, but they haven't lived life like you may want to live life and do it, or have done the things that you want to do either. So they're just telling you from what they see, what they've been through, what they've done, and how they've done their life. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, I definitely see that now, and I've been seeing it. But like I said, definitely just been bothering me this whole past several weeks. And I'm like, okay, well, why in the world did I do this? Why in the world did I do that? Why in the world haven't I been doing so and so? And like I said, definitely, and so yes, and thank you, Gabrielle, for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. And yes, definitely, sincerely grateful. I'm grateful for everything that I have, but I just know that this is not my. This is not the stopping point. No matter what's going on the outside of me, I guess I put it that way, with family, friends, work, stepchild, whoever it is. I don't care who it is. No matter what's going on outside of me, like I said, I definitely have some things that I know that I'm going to be working on, and and as much as I can, of course, I will definitely include y'all in on that process as well. Because, like I said, I know there's many of folks out here who are just sick and tired of being sick and tired of their life and have no idea what the heck to do. Yes, you're grateful for the stuff that you have a job that's your first investor, that's putting that can help you invest into whatever kind of lifestyle or business that you want. But there's more work to be done. And like I said, I definitely know those things. But like I said, it just hit me this past few weeks. Like what the heck are you doing, Tanetta? You say every year you're gonna change this, you're gonna change that, but you haven't changed it. Well, I changed some things, yes, definitely some things have changed. But the things that I want to see change, I have not consistently worked on those things in order to see that change. I worked on a little bit, then I pull away because something else happens. Life is life, and I guess I put it that way. And I'm realizing now that yes, while life is gonna life for all of us, I have to learn how to continue doing whatever it is I'm doing, regardless as to what's going on in life. Now, unless somebody passed away, I understand that, but still, I still have to keep going through that as well. I can't just stop there either. 'Cause I've had many that passed away, of course, in my family, my parents and aunts and a whole lot of other folks. And like I said, what I know is that if I really want to see change in my own life, I really have to see that change, and I really have to start putting the actions behind whatever the heck I'm trying to do. And not just do it for a month or do it for a week or do it for a year or whatever the case gonna be. And then of course I'm complaining again, oh no, I haven't got this yet because I haven't done all the work yet. And like I said, definitely it's just like, okay, I know many go through things like this as well, but of course, like I said, you definitely see life differently when you're coming out of being emotionally burned out, exhausted, and all those types of things because of the life you've been living, the survival mode that you have been in. I guess I put it that way as well. And like I said, I know this is definitely not for everybody. If it's not for you, definitely move on. I'm pretty sure it's not for a lot of y'all on here, but definitely for those who, of course, are sticking in, listening, definitely, I'm sure y'all have been through that as well. And that's probably why you're still sticking around. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, definitely you begin to just see life differently when you're coming out of that survival mode or constantly 24/7. When you're finally trying to get that rest and get the sleep that you need and get the good nutrients and that type of thing that you of course need for your body to of course function and for your brain to of course work and to see other things outside of what you've been seeing. The exercise that always helps. I just came back from walking about 30 minutes or so. That always helps. But like I said, you start to see things differently when you're not so exhausted, so tired, so depressed, so upset, so angry, all those types of things. Living in survival mode and in the trauma that you were in as well. You see that the job or the relationship or the place you've been staying, there's things that you can change about those things. That's going to give you a better life that can make you feel a lot better about yourself and what you're putting out into the world. Like I said, you start to see those things. because you didn't see them at first because you were so overloaded with everything, overwhelmed, and all this stuff going on. But you start to see that once you do come out of emotional exhaustion and burnout. And like I said, definitely, I know I can sit up here and say all day long, change, 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 change. But yes, while I'm saying change, yes, change comes in small steps as well. Sometimes they will take that back, and sometimes they come in big steps. We actually took a big change and a chance to move here from Missouri to Arizona a few years back, and I had never lived anywhere else but in Missouri for what 40 some years. Now we're in Arizona. I put it that way. So like I said, change can happen big, but that's usually when you're planning for that. All the small steps that's of course in that same alignment with that. You're looking for the place, you're trying to figure out where to go, all those types of things. But like I said, regardless of the how the big or small the change is, if you're looking to do something different, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you're just coming out of the burnout, the exhaustion, all that kind of stuff. The small things do matter. Like I said, even if it's changing a relationship that you may have with somebody that's constantly draining you, or if it's switching a job position to a one inside your company or one outside of your company, whatever you're gonna do, I don't know. But like I said, whatever kind of things you're looking into, like I said, definitely those small changes can definitely help. And I'm seeing that now. I guess I put it that way, more and more and more. And like I said, I was just so angry this past week, well, few weeks, just wondering like what in the world these folks been saying, do this and do that. And I'm listening to these people, family, go to school, get a job, which is fine. Like I said, my job is my first investor. It's always like that. That's the investor that you can have for if you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to start whatever it is, trying to the money that you have left over, trying to create something, that's your investment into that. I understand that part, but like I said, definitely just trying to stop being so angry with the folks in the environment that I grew up in and all that kind of stuff, and them saying do this and do that. And for me, I'm like, I mean, of course I see it in their life. They didn't even like the life either. They didn't like the going to work, doing all this stuff. They didn't like that either. So why in the world am I pushing so hard to do what these folks said do back I guess back when I was growing up? And like I said, all they know is things from their point of view and not mine. I have a different everybody has a different point of view than everybody else that you see in this whole world. And I'm sure we all know that. But just keep in mind that no matter what they told you, you can always change things in your own life. After the age of 21, if you want to start changing things, that's your life. For 18, 21, you can start changing whatever it is you want to change. And yes, I did that back then as well, but I'm going through those changes again now, almost 50. I'm going through those changes again. So I'm like, okay, this something has to change. This is not what I really want to do. I guess I put it that way in life. Not just job or that kind of thing, but relationships, everything. Because I'm reevaluating everything. And like I said, once you come out of things like burnout and exhaustion, you reevaluate every single thing in your life to see whether it's still for you or whether you want to move on from those things or what's going to happen. And it's not an unfortunate situation. It's definitely a good situation for yourself, just so you can know that you're doing the things that you want to do and the things that you're proud of and things that you see hope in. I guess I put it that way as well. And that's going to give you happiness. Because everything is not going to give us happiness. We all know that. I'm pretty sure because life, like I said, life happens all the time. Chaos happens all the time. We got to adult every single day. Things are going to happen. But there are some things that we can, of course, change and or make the small changes with or start doing as well, whether that's taking little mini road, because I do want to travel full time actually. So whether that's taking mini road trips or I don't know, taking more cruises or travel, that type of thing. As long as you have the money to do so, then go ahead and do those things. Like I said, starting doing those things can definitely bring you some joy, because it's bringing me joy as well. Some joy, some sense of adventure, some sense of change. I'm doing something different than the same old, just going to work, coming home, going to bed, eating food. That's it. But giving me a sense of adventure, like I said, definitely that's something that we can all use. And I'm pretty, not just me, but I'm sure we all can use it as well. But like I said, definitely when you're thinking about, like I said, especially if you're out there, you're, like I said, close to 50 like I am, you have all this stuff going on internally, perimenopause, all this stuff going on, and you're just wondering about your life and what's going on, how the next portion of your life is going to look. It pisses you off to a certain extent, I put it that way. And it does overwhelm you too, I can say that as well. Like I said, that's just the point that I'm coming out of and the point that I'm at. But like I said, I definitely want to do this video this morning for y'all, Because, like I said, I know I'm not the only person that's, of course, going through. I know there's other women out there that's going through, women and men that's going through the same thing as well. That's middle age and that kind of thing, and just sick and tired of seeing what they're seeing with their own life, and just trying to figure out what the heck, what did they fall short at, what's going on, and what can they change and what can they implement. And what can they add to their life to make it better, to be something, like I said, that they're happy about, that they have hope in, that they can see an ending in. I guess I put it that way, how this is going to look, and trying to design their own life. I put it that way. That's, at least that's what I see. Trying to design their own life to a life that's going to be something that they want to wake up to every single day. And like I said, I know I'm not the only one that's trying to get through this as well, put it that way. So, but like I said, definitely, I hope y'all have enjoyed the video today. I know this ain't, like I said, I know this video ain't for everybody at all, because some folks are way younger than me, or definitely immature and don't really care about their life or what's going on, or find everything that's this is stupid, this is dumb, you don't know what you're talking about, those types of things. But trust and believe, this is my life and what I'm going through. So like I said, I definitely want to share this with y'all. And like I said, let me know in the comments if you're at a point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, but you're trying, and you've been exhausted, you've been overwhelmed, been burned out, and you're trying to figure out where to go with your life at this point and what to do. Like I said, definitely stick around. So I'm definitely going to show you what I'm doing and what's happening with me, and how things are going, what I'm looking forward to, all those types of things. So like I said, definitely stick around, y'all. For those who, of course, who can identify with this. So with that, y'all, I'll see y'all in the next video. I hope y'all have enjoyed. Again, like I said, let me know in the comments if you're one that's also at this point and you're trying to figure out what to do with your life, y'all, because I definitely want to hear from you. So again, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a great one, y'all.